What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter, back for day 3 of our brand new unboxing series for Marvel HeroClix's X-Men Xavier School. This set has been one of my favorites of all time so far. We're seeing a lot of young X students. We're seeing a lot of the X-Men headmasters. We're seeing some interesting villains and some other sub-themes starting to crop up. We still have not seen a lot of figures that I would love to see. Dust, Surge, Hellion, Rockslide, all those guys. But like I said, we've seen some New Mutants, some Generation X. We've seen all new X-Men, so I'm hoping that those students are still on the way. There's also some astonishing X-Men kids like Armor. X Corporation had Abyss. I mean, there are so many different young kids in the X-Men universe that I want to see get their due. I mean, of course, you've always got Legion. You've always got just an amazing array of young, just because of the way the X-Men is set up, you've always got young people coming to grips with kind of their powers manifesting and becoming students either of Professor X or of Magneto on the other side for Brotherhood. So I'm wondering if we're going to see some younger kids who actually went the kind of Brotherhood way as well. I know we've seen Hellions before. We've seen some villainous kids. We saw Rusty and Skids. I know they weren't always on the good side of the world, so we're seeing a lot of youth in this set and a lot of unclicked characters, or at least so I hope. I hope that trend continues here. Like I said, this is day 3. If you didn't see days 1 or 2, they were awesome. Please stop the video, go back, and start watching those. I'm very happy to be here at Hyper RPG Studios in North Hollywood, California. And without further ado, I say we just get right into day number 3. And we haven't seen any primes yet. We haven't seen any chases yet. You know, they have Age of Apocalypse on the side of the box here, and we haven't seen any of them, and it's starting to worry me. If you put it on the side of the box, you've got to have, I would say, at least 6 characters from that kind of theme. I hope that they didn't make them chases. That would be really mean if Age of Apocalypse characters are all chase characters. But we shall see. We got our first ID card yesterday, and oh, on day 1 we got 2 super rares. We got our 3rd super rare right here. And it is somebody I actually called out in yesterday's video. Yesterday we got Fat from X-Statix, which back in Deadpool and X-Force, they did a whole X-Statix run where we got a bunch of characters, Orphan and the rest, Dupe of course, but we were missing Fat, and I said yesterday we were missing Venus de Milo, and it looks like she's a super rare in this set, so I just pulled her. Alright, let's see, who else do we have? Ooh! Okay, this is one of my favorite storylines of all time. I know it's twisty and it's turning and it's really dark. It deals with M, Monet St. Croix. It deals with her brother, M-Plate, her 2 twin sisters, and this little character here called Penance. She is, I think, a really, really cool character. It was such a dark, kind of twisty storyline. And then we've got Venus de Milo, whose hand is dangerously close to falling off. So hopefully it doesn't throughout the, oh geez, it's moving, it's moving, guys, it's moving. Oh geez, oh no, please don't fall off. It looks like all the super rares, though, they have like these really cool kind of dark paint jobs here. I'm gonna hold Cyclops and Wolverine and Venus up, and you'll see they've got this really kind of darker shading and color scheme to them than the rest of the set, who have kind of very bright, very vibrant colors. I don't know if that was on purpose by WizKids, but it's pretty cool. I think there's a striking difference between the paint jobs on the regular set and the super rares. Okay, let's get right to it. And I really just want to dive right into Penance, but I think I'm going to save her. We have Mystique, who we pulled on day 1. So I don't have to show you guys her. We have an X-Student, which we also pulled on day 1. Like I said, if you didn't see day 1, go back and check that out. And just like earlier when I was talking about a lot of young kids that we've had in the kind of mutant verse, we also have a group called the Morlocks. And if you guys remember, there are a couple of kids, Artie and Leech, from the Morlocks. And here we have Artie He looks really cool. It's a shoo-in that we're going to get Leech now. We're definitely going to get Leech in this set, which is really, really cool. I'm just so excited to see a lot of these X kids. I write my heart on this one. The sweet spot of Scott Porter is the Mutantverse, and they found it, and they are threading the needle very well. He's got Generation X, Morlocks, New Mutants, and X Factor keywords. He's set number 8. He's 25 points. He's got one trait called Psionic Images. He has Mind Control down his entire dial. You see his mini. He's got a thing of stealth there. The Morlocks were all about going and hiding. The cover is from Daydreamers, actually, I've never read Daydreamers. I've never seen that before. That's kind of another really cool thing about what WizKids does, and I say it all the time, is if you're a fan of tabletop gaming but not a fan of comics and you pick up HeroClix, you might start falling in love with books you never thought you would read and falling in love with characters that you'd never thought you would really, really know or want to follow, and vice versa. If you read comics but you've never played tabletop games, HeroClix is the perfect way for you to jump into tabletop gaming, especially with all the little figures. Daydreamers, I've never seen that before. I'll have to check it out. Anybody who has read it, comment below in the comment section and tell me if it's even worth checking out, if anybody's ever read it out there. Let's jump into Penance next. Penance, number 28 in the set. She's 75 points. She's got Generation X, Loners, and Monster. I'm surprised she doesn't... I think she ended up with Avengers Academy. Again, I might be wrong. Hit me up in the comments section. Let me know. But I think Avengers Academy, I wish she would have had that keyword too, because I'm not sure how many more times we're going to see Penance in HeroClix form. I'm very excited that we have Penance. That's awesome. Anyway, real name, Monet, Nicole, and Claudette St. Croix. So I think at first Monet was Penance. I think the sisters could join together. They became Penance for a while, or were forced to become Penance by Emplate, who is their brother, who is really not a good guy in Generation X. You guys need to read that book. It's awesome. It's dark. It's crazy. Scott Lobdell and the rest of the people that worked on it. I really loved it back in the day. It's a really interesting read. Go back and do it. She's got the Generation X trait. Power. Move up to 5 squares, then make a close attack. All of the Generation Xers share that same trait. She has Diamond Hard and Razor Edged special attack power. Blades, Claws, Fangs. Penance may use it during close attacks instead of close actions. This includes the Generation X trait. So the very important thing to remember about the Generation X trait is move up to 5 squares and make a close attack. That doesn't allow you to use close actions. So, anything that grants you, that you have to use a close action to use, you cannot use with that trait. So hers is special. She can use her Blades, Claws, Fangs while making that close-up attack. Character selected for HeroClix by Felix Hughes, 2016 national champion. UK national champion. That's pretty cool. So thank you to Felix Hughes, because we might not have Penance in the rest of Generation X if he didn't win in 2016 and choose her to be his special character. And also, Felix, thank you for not putting yourself on the figure here. That's pretty cool and modest and humble of you. I was getting very sick of seeing winners try and get themselves into HeroClix sculpts. Maybe some people don't agree. That's fine. I'm saying I was a little bit over it. Anyway, I'll show you the card one more time here just to make sure you got it. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to have Penance. I can't wait to run her. Okay, last but not least, we've got Venus de Milo. She has the X-Statix and Celebrity keywords. I already showed you up close. Her arms is almost falling off, so I don't want to put her back up there. She's set number 60. She has the Headlines trait, which the rest of X-Statix does. When Venus de Milo hits one or more opposing characters after resolutions, give her a headline token. This includes when an opposing character is hit with telekinesis. She has a trait, Pinpoint Teleportation. Number of figures is 2. Telekinesis, free. Remove any number of headline tokens to use telekinesis that many times at no cost. This may be in addition to a normal use of telekinesis. That's pretty rad. She can be moving people or objects all over the board with her headlines tokens. Let's see, there you go. Front of her card, back of her card. And there we go, our third super rare. Now, we haven't seen a prime or a chase. We still got 2 days left, so I'm hoping to pull at least one of them. Both of them probably not going to happen. There are no prime chases, so we can't pull a prime chase. But I'm still excited about what else could be in this set. A lot of figures I want to see. You know who I really want to see? I really want to see Banshee. I really want Banshee to get some more love here. His figures always seem to be a little bit OP, but man, he deserves it. He was a character that was so integral to the X-Men world for such a long time, and then the 90s kind of got forgotten about until Generation X came around, and then he was around in full force, and then he did his whole X-Core thing. I just want Banshee to get some love here. He's one of my favorites. Here we go. We've got Husk. Great. We've got, oh, yes, we've got one of the Cuckoos. We've got Mercury, it looks like there. It looks like we've got, oh, Jubilee. And we've got M. Man, I was really hoping if we got Jubilee, we wouldn't see her younger. We would see her older with the baby on her back, kind of Lone Wolf and Cub style. Doesn't look like I got what I was hoping for. But still, we got a Jubilation Lee. That is money, and she's in her kind of new costume here. We've got one of the Hellions from New X-Men back in the day. Mercury, I'm excited about that. We've got one of the Cuckoos. I wonder if that means the other two living Cuckoos are still around. It's Mindy. So we've still got Phoebe and Celeste, I think, that are out there. I think Esme and Sophie are the ones that died. Spoiler alert, not all the Cuckoos make it. I think the statute of limitations on that spoiler are way over. Okay, let's see. No more ID cards. So we've got 6 boosters and only 1 ID card. So they're looking to be pretty rare, just like they used to be when they first came out. Oh man, who do I start with? Let's start with Husk, Paige Guthrie, Cannonball's little sister, Icarus's little sister. Wait, is Icarus the youngest? I can't remember. Jay Guthrie, I think he's the youngest. There's Husk for you there. Okay, we've got Husk. She has a Generation X trait, move up to 5 squares to make a close attack in case of emergency, shed skin. Oh, shoot. This was Jubilee when she was in Generation X. Oh, that just hit me. Oh, my gosh. I was wondering why I did not recognize Jubilee in that costume. It's because she is in her Gen X costume, which is cool. We got Monet, we've got Husk, 3 Gen Xers, and that 1 booster. That's awesome for anybody who's a fan of that book. Let's see, Husk, like I said, Generation X and X-Men. She's got the trait Generation X, power, move up to 5 squares to make a close attack. Attack is important, not action, attack. She has the special defense power, in case of emergency, shed skin. Say that 5 times fast. In case of emergency, shed skin. Ooh, that's a toughie. Free, choose a standard defense power. Husk can use the chosen power until your next turn. I was wondering how they were going to do her power. That's a pretty cool way to do it. She's 40 points. She is set number 9. There you go. There's the back of her card. That's a really cool way to utilize her power. I'm always surprised that the new ways HeroClix figures out how to give people new powers based on the ones that are a little harder to figure out than others. Husk definitely for me was one of those. They did a really good job of figuring that out. Let's move on to Mercury. I always think of Mercury because I remember the... Oh, yep. I remember the Hellions issue there where she's sliding through the lasers. She wasn't one of my favorite, but we're getting one of those kids from that time frame that I love so much. Surge, Elixir, Rockslide, Hellion himself, Prodigy. So I'm just glad to have her. It means that there may be more of that time frame of characters coming along and know all those guys. So I'm stoked to see her. Real name Cecily Kincaid. She has the Hellions and X-Men keywords. She is set number 25. She is 35 points. She has the Hellions trait. When this character's attack roll is 10 or more, damage dealt by that attack is penetrating. Woo! I mean, you always want to roll high, but you want to roll really high with the Hellions. She also has X-Student. When this character or an adjacent friendly character's attack roll includes exactly 1 5, think about what a 5 looks like on a die, then modify one target's defense by a -1. Man, this set is so dependent on rolling 5s. It is crazy. There is the front of her card. Already showed you the back, but there it is again. Feel free to pause, jot down notes, take screenshots, do whatever. Hope you guys are getting all the information that you need. Okay, there we go. Put her on that side. We've got, let's see, Jubilee next. Generation X and X-Men keywords. She's set number 26. She is 50 points. It's kind of funny with Jubilee. It seems like a lot of times people didn't know exactly what to do with her. They loved the concept of Jubilee, but never quite knew where she fit in or where to put her. Especially once they kind of took her away from Wolverine. Like, she had a great relationship with him, but then kind of bounced all over the place. It's cool that you're getting this iteration of her. I really was hoping to get a modern Jubilee with a baby on her back, lone wolf and cub style, but not looking like it's going to happen. She's got the Generation X trait, which we've talked about. She has a special attack power. The sunglasses aren't just fashion, dude. Energy explosion. When Jubilee uses it and hits, modify all characters' attack and defense until -1 at the end of your next turn. Ooh, until your next turn, sorry. That is very cool. So she is nerfing both attack and defense on your opponents after she hits because of her light show. That's pretty awesome. Super stoked about that. Okay. Let's see. Monet is one of my favorite characters of all time. A lot of that is to do with her stint in X Factor, but I'm going to save her till last just in case. Mindy is 10B. So yes, I'm guessing we do have her sisters that are still alive on either side of her, 10A, 10B, 10C. Pretty cool. She has the X-Student trait. She has 3-in-1, which used to be 5-in-1, but it's 3-in-1 now. There you go. You can take a look at that. Take a look at the back. 3-in-1, perplex, but only if a friendly character named Celeste Cuckoo or Phoebe Cuckoo is within 3 squares, and only to target herself. She has a special defense power, flawless diamond form, stop, impervious. Mindy Cuckoo can't be healed. Yeah, there was a time there when they, they're dead sisters on the back from Phoenix Warsong. Esme and Sophie there. I think at the end of that whole Phoenix storyline, they like turn their hearts to diamond and trap the Phoenix Force inside of it, and that's why they're so crazy distant and unfeeling now, which is actually a really cool thing because they're spun off of White Queen's DNA. So when White Queen hit her secondary mutation, the Cuckoos kind of hit their secondary mutation, that diamond form. And then I guess they figured out how to control it, and they turned their hearts to diamonds. So that's why they're so unfeeling and crazy now. Man, awesome. I'm actually very excited to run them. There we go. You know, we haven't really seen a lot of kids from the Wolverine and the X-Men run either. So I'm hoping we get to see some of those characters as well, like Brew or Omega Kid or Kid Gladiator. Oh, Kid Gladiator would be awesome. I hope we get to see some of those kids as well. There's just so many. They need to do 2 sets of this. There's not enough spots. There are not enough spots in a set to fulfill all my dreams of what this Xavier School set should be in my mind. They're going to come up short. There's no way that they can't. I want too much. I want too much. M, Generation X and X Factor keywords. Number 42 in the set. She can be played at 90 or 50 points. Monet is just awesome. I love Monet. I think she's an unlikable character who is so well written for so long that you come around. You love to hate her, and then you hate to love her because you come around on her. You just can't help it. They've done such a good job with her over the years. Generation X trait, we've talked about that, can move up to 5 squares and make a close attack. She has a special damage power, genius, intellect, and perfect memory. At the beginning of your turn, underlined, very important. If an opposing character used Outwit since your last turn, M can use Outwit until your next turn. Also, at the beginning of your turn, underlined again, if an opposing character used Perplex since your last turn, M can use Perplex until your next turn. She's got, I'm coming in at Mach 3. I don't have time to look around. Go ahead, take a swing at us. I'm begging you. A lot of snarky, smart alecky names to all of her powers. I'm very excited. Yeah. She's going to be dope. I cannot wait to run her with the rest of these Generation Xers. Well, there you go, guys. Another good day. Another good day. Another super rare today. Haven't seen any primes. Haven't seen any chases. Hopefully one of them at least is coming along. Fingers crossed. That being said, the character variety in this set is awesome. The amount of unclicked characters in this set is at a pretty high level. And we're not seeing too many repeats of the same character. I was scared we'd see like 6 Cyclopses or 6 Icemen. I'm not complaining if we get 6 Icemen. I'm okay with that. But I'm glad that we're seeing some different characters completely that aren't part of sculpt reuses or different time frames of characters, more specific, parts or specialized versions of characters. I'm glad we're getting a bunch of new characters. I'm very excited about this set, and I hope you guys are too. The pre-release happens January 31st. The set is going to come out sometime after that, so make sure you swing by your local comic shop, your local gaming stores, so you don't get left out in the cold on X-Men Xavier's School. I cannot wait to see what we pull in the next couple of days. Hope to see you guys tomorrow, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.